All right, guys, we're on chapter 10. Ivan Turgenev's First Love, chapter 10. Remember, she's in love. At the end of chapter 9, it says, "My God, she is in love. She has fallen in love." I'm still uncertain of with who. It could be with that guy Maidenov, though, right? Who's reading her a poem. So, chapter 10. From that moment, my real torment began. I racked my brain. I thought of every possibility and kept a ceaseless though, as far as possible, secret watch on Zenaida. So he said he kept a secret watch on her. A change had come over her. That was evident. She began to go for long, solitary walks. Sometimes she refused to see her visitors. For hours she sat alone in her room. She had never done this before. I suddenly developed, or seemed to me that I had developed, tremendous perspicacity, like insight, like to know things, to have like a special ability to like know things that most people don't. Is it he? Or maybe it is not, I used to ask myself. I used to ask myself anxiously, running over in my mind one admirer after another. I secretly looked upon Count Malevsky, although it made me ashamed of Zenaida to admit this, as more dangerous than the others. I could not see further than the end of my nose, and probably my secretiveness deceived no one. At any rate, Dr. Lucian soon saw through me. Incidentally, he too had altered during this time. He had grown thinner, and though he laughed just as much, his laughter had somehow become shorter, more hollow, more malicious. Where previously there had been light irony and an affectation of cynicism, there was now a nervous irritability which he could not control. So I guess other people are also knowing. "Why are you always trailing in and out of here, young man?" he once said to me when we were alone in Zaziekin's drawing room. The young princess had not returned from her walk. The shrill voice of the old lady resounded on the first floor. She was squabbling with her maid. "You should be studying, working, while you are young, instead of which you are doing what?" "You can't tell whether I work at home or not," I replied, not without arrogance, but also in some confusion. Also, that's what Dr. Lucian asked him. Or he's telling him, "You should be studying, working while you are young, instead of which you are doing what?" "You can't tell whether I work at home or not," I replied, not without arrogance, but also in some confusion. "A lot of work you do. You've something else on your mind. Oh well, I won't argue. At your age, that is natural enough, but your choice isn't very fortunate. Can't you see what sort of house this is?" "I don't quite understand," I said. "Don't understand? So much the worse for you. I consider it my duty to warn you. It is all very well for people like me, for old bachelors, to go on coming here. What could possibly happen to us? We are a hard-boiled lot. You cannot do much to us. But you have a tender skin. The atmosphere isn't healthy for you here. Believe me, you might become infected." "What do you mean?" "What I say. Are you well now? Are you in a normal condition? Do you consider that what you feel now is healthy, is good for you?" "Why, what am I feeling?" I said, knowing in my heart that the doctor was right. "Ah, young man," the doctor went on, looking as if these two words contained something very insulting to me. "It is no good trying that kind of thing on me. Why, bless you, whatever is in your heart is still written all over your face. But anyway, what is the good of talking? I shouldn't be coming here myself if," the doctor clenched his teeth, "if I were not just as mad myself. Only what does astonish me is this. How can you, with your intelligence, not see what is going on around you?" So I want to go back right here. The atmosphere isn't healthy for you. You have tender skin. You just tell him, like, you're too innocent. "Because in my warning, so very well, people like me for better are going. So the doctor's, "Only what does astonish me is this. How can you, with your intelligence, not see what is going on around you?" "Why, what is going on?" I rejoined, all on edge. The doctor looked at me with a kind of mocking pity. "But there's not much to be said for me either," he said, as if to himself. "In a word," he added, raising his voice, "I repeat, the atmosphere here is bad for you. You like it here. Well, what of it? Hot houses smell sweet too, but one can't live in them. Take my advice and go back to Kaidanov again." So hot houses smell sweet too, but one can't live in them. Take my advice and go back to Kaidanov again. The old princess came in and began to complain to the doctor about her toothache. Then Zenaida appeared. "There," finished the old princess, "you must tell her off. She drinks iced water the whole day long. Now can that be good for her, with her weak chest?" "Why do you do this?" asked Dr. Lucian. "Why, what can it do to me?" Her friends are, "Why, what can it do to me?" "Do to you? You could catch cold and die. Really? Well then, that would be that. Really? I see. So that's how it is, grunted the doctor. The old princess left the room. Yes, that's how it is, repeated Zenaida. Is life so gay then? Why, if you look around you, well, is it so very attractive? Do you think that I don't understand? Don't feel it? I get pleasure from drinking water with ice, and can you seriously maintain to me that this kind of life is not worth risking for a moment's pleasure? I don't speak of happiness. Yes, I see, said Lucian. Caprice and independence. The whole of you is contained in these two words. Your entire nature is conveyed by them. Zenaida gave a serious laugh. You've missed the post, my dear doctor. You're not a good observer. You're too late. Put on your spectacles. This is no time for whims. Make a fool of yourself. Make a fool of me. The more the merrier. As for being independent, Monsieur Waldemar, Zenaida added, suddenly stamping her feet, don't try to look so sad. I cannot bear to be pitied. And she left us quickly. It is bad, bad for you, the atmosphere here, young man, said Lucian again. So Caprice is like always like going from like different ideas all the time, changing your points of views constantly, and then independence. That's funny. So I don't know why she's so upset. I want to read more, but let's see if I have time.